EFF1 energy efficiency motor. Now it's called energy efficiency is now called as IE2 and IE3. In India, we are using IE2. Maybe in future we will go to IE3. In Europe and all, they've gone to IE3. So we can go in for IE3 also. This shows you a graph like how efficiently the IE3 motors save you the electricity for a refrigeration plant. I've just made a comparison which shows that difference between IE1, IE2 and IE3. Even though the efficiency wise it is only 0.94, 9596, but if you consider it running all throughout the year, then you will be saving and the cost of the motor comes back to you in a year. So if you are changing a motor today in your existing cold storage, which is about 10 years old, you will get back the cost in 1 year and after that it is all power savings for you. Then you have VFDs, variable frequency drives, where based upon your capacities, you can vary the speed of the compressor as well as pumps, air cooling units, etc. And this gives you a better saving in power. Like say today, because each and every day is not same. Like one day the ambient is different. The product which you are keeping inside the cold storage comes in on different temperatures. So based on that, any plant what we have seen is always over designed by 15 to 20%. So any day you will be required to run the plant only at 80%. So that 80% cannot be achieved in the normal means, but using a VFD and regulating the speed, you can reduce the electricity bill. So this is the details about the VFD, which I am not going into the details. How it reduces actually the power cost. And then the other thing which you have seen in is the condensers. You will have evaporative type of condensers which are new technology. Maybe I would not say new, it is there for the past 30 years. But in the cold storages, you would have seen pipes running across and water showers on the top of the pipes, which is one of the most user-friendly, but at the same time, inefficient condensers. And it requires a lot of maintenance and a lot of water is wasted in that. So we have a lot of new types of condensers, and evaporative type condenser is one of the options where you can change and reduce your power on the condenser pump as well as on the compressor also by reducing the condensing pressure. Then again, air cooling units, your existing units may be bunker type system or the old floor mounted unit. So this actually I have made this presentation assuming that you are having an existing cold storage which is 10 to 15 years old, which needs revamping. And also defrosting. If you are having a negative temperature cold storage, you have to need automatic defrosting controls to reduce the energy cost. And the next one is, which I am discussing here, is a liquid pumping ammonia system. Ammonia pumping system, one is it cuts down the liquid entry into the compressor, saves your compressor, and also your suction pressure is always kept at a higher level, and it is lower in maintenance and indirectly saves you a lot of power. What is the major advantage of a liquid pumping system is you pump in more ammonia for the same cold storage and you have a better heat transfer. The coil is flooded properly and it takes the heat across your product. Then use of controls. There are three important controls which we discuss. One is liquid level controllers along with solenoid valves, and there is also a float switch which is also for the safety of the plant on the ammonia pumping system, high level and low level float switches, and solenoid valves. These kind of solenoid valves are very critical because once you reach the temperature, you can give a signal to the solenoid valve and cut off the liquid ammonia supply. This is how a typically installation of float switch along with a solenoid valve in a cold storage. This can be installed even in your existing cold storage where you are running it in a manual mode. You can install a solenoid valve, and these are very low cost, maybe 25,000-30,000 for per unit. You can use this. And then air purger. Again, air purger is basically there are some non-condensable gases in the system which needs to be removed from the plant. This is specifically required for negative temperature cold storages. I will not go into the details how it works, and you will find that how much of power saving you can do by reducing the air available in the refrigeration system if you can remove the air in the system. It's a small calculation which we are shown here for a minus 40 degree plant of 500 kilowatt. And there is also ammonia purifier. During our earlier presentation, there is an information about ammonia that the water content should be very less or minimum. It should be anhydrous ammonia, but sometimes in India you get ammonia is mixed with water. So that ammonia can be removed, water can be removed from ammonia by using this ammonia purifier. And also oil in the system is also a major drawback. If the system is fully flooded with oil, that will indirectly take more time to cool and your effective heat transfer area comes down. So you have to need to have an oil rectifier to drain out oil from various places so that your system efficiency increases. Air curtains. Lot of cold storages you will see, they will keep the door open, and that is a very criminal wastage because an ambient air will engross into the inside cold storage, which is definitely going to have a big loss in the temperature, and also you need more time to run the compressor to cool that air. Efficient doors, sliding doors have come, which are more airtight, because what is the advantage in a sliding door? You can open to your requirement, not like a hinge door where you keep the door fully open. Here this can be opened only to the distance how much a person needs to move inside, or a trolley or a forklift. And puff panels, if your insulation of the wall has become weak, you can install puff panels on top of the same wall, which will increase your efficiency of the plant and also reduce your power cost. Dock shelters, these are required for negative temperature cold storages where again ambient air should not enter inside the negative temperatures. And plant automation, SCADA system with ammonia, like for ammonia plant as we were discussing. Now everything can be operated from a central station. A person can sit in a computer control desk and operate the total refrigeration plant with automated controls. This we are giving for a lot of dairy projects in India now. So totally plant is automated. And it can also be connected to a centralized DCS system. Thank you. If you have any questions, you can visit our stall here in Frick India or our AAR stall here. It's so like I think for the last 3 hours we have been briefing you what are the good refrigerants to use for cold storages and how to do in case of an emergency response in a leak in a cold storage, and how to save electricity in an existing cold storage or for even if you're designing a new cold storage. Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you very much for your patient hearing, and for the whole day you've been listening, and thank you very much. Bye-bye.